tempting prospect, given the heavy price she has already paid for his political involvement in the past.
10 tahun. Anak saya kecil 6 tahun, dah ni dia 16. 10 tahun dia tak tengok dia pergi sekolah, dia balik sekolah. Dia tak tahu pak dia, tak tahu mana pak dia duduk dalam penjara.
This must have been a very frightening moment, though, when you heard these new allegations. Where were you and how did you hear of them?
I was actually, I think, in the car when Anwar said that there are going to be new allegations. Of course, it was frightening to think that we have to go through all this again.
Did you have a moment's thought that it could be true?
No, of course not. He has been through this 10 years ago. Embarrassing, and it's not only men, women, he's a sex maniac.
Yes, he's a sex maniac. That's the essential...
That's right. Suami saya ada buat katanya macamlah saya tak ada perasaan. Macamlah anak saya tak ada perasaan.
As yet, no details or evidence of the allegation have been released, and Anwar is holding his alibis and specific defences for the courtroom. But one document has just surfaced, lending some credibility to Anwar's denial.
The name of the patient?
R. Sivarasa, MP and Anwar legal advisor, holds the report of the first doctor to see Saiful when he claimed he'd been assaulted.
But this is the first medical documentation, so this is crucial, you know, and this clearly shows that absolutely no physical assault took place. Patient claims he was assaulted with a plastic item, no bleeding from rectum, all clean.
This was a damaging leak for the government and police. To make matters worse, the public soon discovered that the doctor had fled the country, saying he was concerned for his safety after being visited by Malaysian police. He has now reportedly sought refuge in Burma.
He's concerned for his safety, certainly.
He prefers the safety and good governance of Burma by
if he's reports. There, if he's in Burma. Yeah.
The doctor may have been wise to flee. The journalist who published the report on his website, Raja Petra, has just been raided by the police.
I suppose when you get thrown in jail too many times, people get to know you.
Not many journalists get mobbed like this when they go out in public. Raja Petra, maverick journalist and member of the Malaysian royal family, posted the doctor's report on his blog, Malaysia Today. Just one of a string of breaking stories that have embarrassed and outraged the government and given him a legion of fans across Malaysia.
Well, he's quite famous, he's quite infamous. Like I said, we can't take him anyway.
And we got lawyers, we've got businessmen, we've got politicians, we've got even people in government amongst us, you know.
With all his papers and equipment confiscated, Raja Petra is back online today with his fellow bloggers at the Sunflower Restaurant, HQ for the alternative media in this election.
Well, what we're doing, we're just monitoring what's happening amongst the mainstream media, the government-owned media. We are giving the other side of the story, as what Sam said, honest reporting.
His honest reporting has seen him imprisoned under the Internal Security Act before.
Well, I've accepted the fact that the government wants to put me in jail.
Now he's facing a slate of charges that could see him locked up for a decade.
So we know how charges can be fabricated, if you wish, you know.
After a couple of years of relative freedom, charges of criminal defamation and sedition are now being prepared against Raja Petra, while the cold hand of state propaganda is tightening its grip on the mainstream media.
What's this one?
Attack, personal attack against me. They use this. Anwar is a sodomist.
They're saying that in print?
Yeah, in print. They make scurrilous attacks and just left it like that. They had one Indian joker saying, well, I gave Anwar personally 60 million ringgit. Yes. And then that's it. So they go on daily. But you see, when they feel threatened, nothing will stop that. There's no change as far as the media is concerned.
Well, what is the situation? There's private media here, though, private TV stations.
Yes, but all owned by UMNO or its cronies.
There may be a shortage of crowds, but no shortage of cameras for Prime Minister Abdullah Badawi. All of the UMNO big guns have come to town for this by-election. Projects, money and promises are flowing freely.
Why is such an important man as yourself coming to such a small by-election?
They wanted me to come, they have a problem, so I come. Even a smaller one like this. There's politics. Politics, not only big ones, even the small one. Small people need you too, right?
Are you taking Mr. Anwar's threat seriously that he'll be able to topple your government?
For the next general election, that's the right.
On the election, okay.
No way he's going to get anything.
Thank you.
It's a stunning turn of events that Badawi must now be considering the possibility that he may only have a few weeks left in power.
Hope to see you in KL, sir. Can I catch up with you in KL? Is that possible?
Yes, you may.
I will. Mark Davis from Australian TV. Thank you, sir.
The interview isn't forthcoming, and other ministers are also reluctant to talk. It seems that the government is starting to batten down the hatches as the Anwar campaign stays remarkably afloat.
Are you voting for a local member or are you voting for a Prime Minister?
I'm voting for a new Prime Minister.
Yes.
That's what we want.
Yes.
This is what we hope.
Yes. What about these accusations, the sexual accusations?
The sexual?
Yes.
The sodomy?
Yes.
I think it's nonsense from Barisan Nasional. It's a conspiracy.
It's a conspiracy?
Yeah.
As Saiful's video plays once again, Khairi Jamaluddin brings a certain star quality to the event. Khairi is a multi-millionaire, an MP, the Prime Minister's son-in-law and reputedly the most powerful man in the government.
Dan saudara Saiful buat dengan hati yang terbuka, tanpa paksaan, tanpa apa-apa force daripada kerajaan, tanpa apa-apa konspirasi.
Khairi is often the focus of attacks by Anwar and the subject of Rajapetra's blogs. They portray him as enriching himself on government contracts and commissions. And tonight, he's more than happy to repay the compliment.
Kalau ada buruk pasal calon tu mesti kita sebut. Bukan hanya calon biasa.
If you talk about Anwar and his attacks on the government, it's not just been policy. I mean, his attack on the Deputy Prime Minister, for instance, has been relentless and personal in nature. So to absolve themselves and say, well, we're holier than thou, we're whiter than white, stop the personal attacks, I think it's a bit late for that.
Angan-angan nak jadi Perdana Menteri Malaysia. Sebab itu tuan-tuan, kredibiliti